Welcome to this video tutorial. I want to share with you this wonderful, outstanding, perfect 30 out of 30 student answer from 2018. This is the question from paper 1 and we will explore this perfect answer by Kate, who achieved 30 out of 30. Woo! As always, massive thank you for watching these videos. If you love it, click like. If you want to see more, subscribe, and if you've got something to say, please leave a comment. To prepare for this video, I wanted to examine exactly why Kate got 30 out of 30, so I made some notes. And as you can see, she had a strong introduction. She's got 5 chunky paragraphs, and each paragraph is consistently the same. I have identified the skills for you so you can see them. So we've got in green, we've got the application, item and applied to achievement, and that occurs in every paragraph. I've also highlighted the yellow analysis and also the evaluation that is in pink. Each factor, both the internal and the external, is covered, backed up with studies and examples to illustrate to show good AO1. The item is used and applied from. It is always linked to class and achievement. You've got analysis in every paragraph through a comparison between the middle class and the working class. But also on 3 occasions we have got that internal versus external debate showing how they are related or that there is a link between these factors. There are 5 examples or instances of evaluation, so very consistent throughout the answer, and it ends with a strong conclusion. So let's have a look by the answer from Kate. Starting off with the introduction, starts off here with the education system. There's clearly a difference between achievement between the social classes. And just to continue that introduction, and what she has done here is she has outlined and contextualized the debate. So she has talked about what the achievement is, when does it start. She's got a very lot of knowledge that the inequality between the middle class and the working class starts from reception or even before they start school, and it continues throughout the education system. She talks about both the middle class and the working class. She has the however, so she wants to know whether it is because of the internal factors, things that occur within school, or is it the external processes. So she's outlining the debate and she's showing that she understands that there is a relationship between what goes on at home and also what goes on within the school context. Kate has got 5 strong, chunky paragraphs, and they are all consistently the same in the fact that they've got an identification of one of the factors, whether it's internal or external, backed up with an illustrated example of a study, applied to class and achievement, compared the middle class and the working class, evaluated, and that awareness between the internal and the external. So let's have a look at paragraph number 1. We've got the item to start off with, and she's identified labelling. She's used in the studies by Becker with the ideal pupil, but also Ray Rists with the tigers, clowns and the cardinals. So she's got 2 illustrative examples to back it up. Okay, then what she does is that she compares the middle class pupils with the working class and how they are labelled and what outcome does occur. And the outcome is that it causes a difference between the middle class and the working class in terms of their achievement level. She then adds on the self-fulfilling prophecy and how that they are living up to the label, which is then causing them either to fail or middle class succeed. She does have a cheeky bit of analysis, which I don't think really adds that much to the answer, where she then compares it to Asian students as well, that they're also labelled as well. But without that, she still would have got 30 out of 30, definitely. Now, what is really positive about this answer is that this evaluation, and she doesn't just stop at 1. She does it a few times. She's got the labelling theory that it is deterministic, pretty standard, but also she's got it in a theoretical framework in that Marxist theory would also criticise in labelling theory for ignoring the wider structure. So she's actually got an awareness of just labelling theory in general from your theory and methods part as well. Okay, so that's paragraph number 1, really strong, consistent all the way. Taking it to the second paragraph, it starts up here with another reason which causes the differences in education educational achievement. This time she's like following on logically from labelling, self-fulfilling prophecy. She's now talking about the A to C economy, the wider social factors of marketisation policies, and the impact that this has on how students are streamed within school. Okay, so she's contextualising it within Thatcher's government. She's talking about educational policies, which are league tables, parentocracy, the standards of schools, and also the competition, which has then led on to the labelling of students into the high stream and the low stream. So she is showing that she understands how this fits together. She's got Gilborn and Yuddle to illustrate with the educational triage, the hopeless cases of the working class compared to those that will pass anyway, who are more likely to be middle class. And she has compared them once again in terms of the middle class and the working class. What she does add on here as well is that she talks about how it's not just students that are labelled, but also that the knowledge that students are taught is also labelled as well into high status and lower status, and she compares that also. And again, she's linking it to underachievement of the working class and the achievement of the middle class. She's also again located it within a theoretical framework with the new right, and a critique of that, because the idea of marketisation was actually to promote meritocracy, that all parents had a choice to send their kids to the best schools possible, and this negative consequence of it was the inequality between educational achievement because of this A to C economy. So she does that, and because of this idea about meritocracy and raising standards, functionalist theory with a further evaluation does seem logical to bolt on again with this meritocratic, that they can move up streams if they work hard. So she's logically followed on the points. I've not counted this a little bit, however, here within the paragraphs. This is sort of like a linking sentence, really, because she is showing that, yes, I've just talked about internal factors, but now I'm going to be talking about external factors. Okay, but she does sort of gets it confused a little bit here, because she does talk about pupils' background. I think she means external factors there. But again, when you look at the overall answer, she's definitely done enough to get 30 out of 30. So here's paragraph number 3. She's starting off with the external factors now, and again she does the same structure once again. She's got the item, she's got the example to illustrate, the application to achievement, the analysis and the evaluation. So let's have a little bit of a look what she actually puts in it. So she's got cultural deprivation, and she focuses on speech codes. Logically, she's using Bernstein, and she compares the middle class speech code of the elaborate speech code compared to the working class restricted speech code. So she's already got analysis there already. But then she analyses it by saying that this is going to have an impact in the school system also, because the teachers, the exams and the textbooks speak in the elaborate code, which then disadvantages the working class. It can be argued, so she ends it with evaluation, that it is a problem of the school for not teaching the working class to speak in the elaborate code. Basically, she's critiquing that. Paragraph number 4, she's continuing with the cultural factors. So this time she's got cultural values, and she's talking about subcultural values, using Sugarman to analyze it or illustrate it. And what she then does is she goes through few examples of Sugarman's values, such as present time orientated is there, also collectivism is analysed also. And she compares the middle class and the working class, linking it to failure or achievement. And also then she does this, however, victim blaming, which was argued by Keddy, was the critique of cultural deprivation. It blames the victim. They're not culturally deprived, they're culturally different. Our final paragraph, indicated with the lastly, same structure once again. This time she's using the other external factor, which is material. So the fact that she's she's broken down into the cultural and the material is part of analysis also. She gives the example of poverty, she gives examples, so she's used the Department of Education to illustrate, and she gives some examples of it. Again, she does the middle class versus the working class comparison to analyse. And then she talks about how this impacts the school as well, leading to more absences, which leads to weakened educational knowledge. Okay, and just shows the analysis in that one. And what she then does is this wonderful conclusion, and I'm going to read this out to you because it is a strong conclusion to finish off. So while there are viable sociological explanations for the differences in the underachievement of social groups, many internal and external factors are seen as being separate as opposed to interrelated, as they in reality are. She confirms it. She's carried on with the theme. Whilst teachers may label pupils negatively or positively in school, it is ultimately their home background that determines the label. Similarly, while certain classes may possess different cultural values, the education system openly chooses to favour those of the middle class. Therefore, it can be said that differences in educational achievements between social classes are a result of both internal and external factors that are interlinked and should not be looked at separately. What a wonderful conclusion to finish. So to clarify why Kate got 30 out of 30, she had banging good knowledge. She was conceptually detailed. She used as many sociological words as possible. She was just bob on for everything knowledge-wise. She made sure this knowledge was applied. She linked back to the question. She, in every paragraph, stated why it was relevant to that question that was being asked. She applied the item in most paragraphs, 4 out of 5, and she made it explicit to achievement. Why, e.g. the working class fail, middle class achieve. And lastly, the analysis and evaluation, it was explicit, it was relevant. It means it was applied, it wasn't bolted on, it wasn't shoved on at the end. It linked to the point that she had made. Both the comparison of the middle class and the working class and the relationship between the internal and external factors. And, quoting the examiner, she had a strong conclusion to finish. So make sure in your answer you've got an introduction, main and conclusion. Your structure is consistent, skills are equally balanced throughout. Examiner comments once again, this student's full answer achieved 30 out of 30. It was detailed and relevant to the question, analysis and evaluation throughout, strong conclusion to end. Massive thank you for watching this wonderful student answer. If you found it useful, please click like. Any questions or comments, please pop them below. Check out some of the other videos that I have, such as how to avoid juxtaposition, how to use the item, methods in context. There's absolutely loads. And have a wonderful evening. Bye.